What's up guys, I'm Vocal Strike and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Last time, we got out of the facility and took care of and had a little run-in with Trudge again. This time, we are going to the Fortune Cup. Welcome to the Fortune Cup. He's waking up. Who are you? We found you in the alley downstairs, so we brought you up here. My name's Leonard, but call me Leo. This is my sister Luna. We're twins in case you can't tell. Not identical twins, obviously. She's a she and I'm a he. So, who are you, mister? What's your name? I have no idea. I never met anyone with amnesia before. You're obviously a duelist with that sweet duel runner, so maybe this will jog your memory. Tell me if this looks familiar. Well, does the Fortune Cup invite ring a bell? The Fortune Cup? Yeah, it's the big tournament between a bunch of people that Kaiba Corp randomly selected. They say it's Kaiba Corp? Actually, was it Kaiba Corp? I could be wrong. Never mind. It's gonna be huge. And get this, they selected me. I'm gonna be in it. Actually, they selected me. They technically selected Luna, but Luna's too scared to enter. So I'm gonna pretend to be her and enter and win that thing. No one's gonna believe you're me, Leo. Why wouldn't they? We're twins. We look alike. I'm a girl. I'm pretty. Ouch. I'll wear makeup. Thanks for trying to help, but this Fortune Cup thing isn't ringing any bells. I should get out of here. I shouldn't trouble you guys anymore. But you still don't know who you are. Before you go, I've got one more idea. I challenge you to a duel, Mr. Amnesia Man. Jack Atlas said that the way a duelist duels reveals who he really is. So if you duel me, you might remember who you are. I guess it couldn't hurt. To everyone's surprise, the duel did indeed clear Yusei's mind, and he remembered exactly who he was. Soon after Yusei left the twins, only to encounter the very person who causes amnesia in the first place. I was starting to think you didn't like me. I'm here to take you in, Yusei. So you're gonna come quietly? Officer Trudge, aren't you supposed to be guarding the candles and calendars kiosk at the Outer Rim Mall? Stop interfering with official police duty. I didn't get your name, Short Stack. Special Deputy Lazar. I work for the Director General, and I outrank you. Ooh. Mr. Yusei Fudo, we'd like you to participate in the Fortune Cup. If you refuse, I will arrest you. Arrest your friends in the satellite for the crime of... I'll make the scene up later. The next day, Yusei received another visit from his rival Jack Atlas. What brings you here? I heard you'll be at the Fortune Cup. I got a deal for you and your Stardust Dragon. If you win, you can keep the card. If I win, I get the card, then you and me are straight. Straight? What about my friends? What are you talking about? Your purple-haired pal Lazar stopped by. If I don't duel, they pay. Well then, you'll definitely need your Stardust Dragon now, won't you? And just so we're clear, I don't know anything about this threat. Got it? I duel for me. Goodwin's got his own agenda. I'll see you at the Fortune Cup. Meanwhile, Rex, Goodwin, and Lazar met to discuss another Fortune Cup participant. I made sure the Black Rose got an invitation. She'll be dueling here along with Yusei. Then all is going as planned. Soon the Crimson Dragon will rise. At the Fortune Cup, all the participants finally came together for the ultimate dueling competition. Since Luna was too afraid to compete in the duel herself, Leo gladly took her place. How do I look? This is embarrassing. Come on, Luna, chill out. I bet it's like looking in the mirror. A broken mirror. Meanwhile, Rex, Goodwin, and Lazar met once again to discuss the tournament. Everything is in order. Our detector will pick up even the tiniest energy signals emitted by the signers. We'll know for certain who the signers are. Excellent. Now the first duel of the Fortune Cup begins. It's Greiger versus Leo. It's an honor to be dueling with you today, Greiger. Put it there, pal. It's Luna. You have quite the strong grip for a young lady. Ooh, everyone at school calls me a tomboy. There is a bit of a reason why Luna isn't dueling. She does end up dueling later in the Fortune Cup, but that ends up causing some trouble. Like Jaden, Jesse, and Chaz from the GX era, Luna can actually see and hear and speak to and interact with dual spirits. But unlike damn. But unlike Jaden, Chaz, and Jesse, Luna can actually, with the help of being a signer, yes, she is a signer, she can go freely between the real world and the dual monster spirit world. And as for Leo and Luna use completely different style cards. Leo uses Morphtronics, which their main gimmick is that they are all machine types, and they are also generally based on like like, you know, stuff that you would find around a house. So like Boomboxing is based off of a stereo, for instance. Radeon is based off a radio, etc. But the real gimmick is that their abilities change depending on whether they are in attack or defense position. That is their real gimmick. Oh, I just now noticed he doesn't have much of an extra deck, if at all. Which kinda surprises me. In attack position. Okay, yeah, no. There'd be no point. The... Huh? Oh, he can attack twice. Leo, he doesn't have it in his duel for whatever reason, but Leo has a synchro monster that is technically a Signer Dragon. I'll get into why much later, but right now his ace card in the anime is the Power Tool Dragon, which is an Earth attribute level 7 machine type synchro effect monster with 2300 attack points and 2500 defense points. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can reveal 3 equip spell cards from your deck. When your opponent randomly adds 1 of them to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back into your deck. If this card will be destroyed while equipped with an equipped spell card or cards, you can send 1 of those cards to the graveyard instead. Now, he's also in the manga, and in the manga, he has a dual dragon. Similar to Yusei and Jack, but unlike Yusei and Jack, Leo actually does get corrupted by his dual dragon, only to be purified later by Stardust Spark Dragon. It is Power Tool Mecha Dragon, a dark attribute level 7 machine type synchro effect monster with 2300 attack points and 2500 defense points. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner monsters to synchro summon. During your turn, when an equipped spell or card or cards is equipped to this card, you can draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of Power Tool Mecha Dragon once per turn. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can target 1 appropriate face-up equipped card on the field and equip that target to this card. So you can use your opponent's equipped spell cards against them using Power Tool Mecha Dragon, plus you get to draw 1 extra card once per turn, which is great. What Luna uses, though, is a bit more like fairy tale monsters, essentially. And she actually does have a Karibo monster in the anime, known as Karibon. Which is an anime exclusive card. As far as to my knowledge, it was never given an official release. And she uses the same, both Leo and Luna use the same type of cards as as their anime counterparts, Luna uses like fairy tale themed cards, whereas Leo continues using Morphtronics. And speaking of Morphtronics, Morphtronic Datatron here. Now it says here it's a pyro type with and his fire attribute. Kind of seems strange for, you know, a USB drive, right? Well, this card is one of those heavily censorshiped ones. In the Japanese version, Datatron is not a USB hard drive. It's a lighter. You know, like the kind that's used for cigarettes. Which does kind of make sense given that it's a pyro fire attribute. But they changed it into a USB drive because, you know, lighters kind of promote smoking. But in the anime, with Luna, her Signer Dragon from the anime is Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is a light attribute level 7 dragon type synchro effect monster with 2100 attack points and 3000 defense points. Requires one tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Once per turn, you can destroy as many field spells on the field as possible, and if you do, gain 1000 light points. Then you can add one field spell from your deck to your hand. As for the manga Luna, her dual dragon is Ancient Pixie Dragon, which is a dark attribute, level 7 dragon type synchro effect monster with 2100 attack points and 3000 defense points. Requires one tuner and one or more non-tuner monsters to synchro summon. After resolving a field spell card that was activated during your turn, draw one card. You can only use this effect of Ancient Pixie Dragon once per turn. Once per turn, you can target one face-up attack position monster in the field and destroy that target. There must be a face-up field spell card on the field to activate and resolve this effect. So both versions rely very heavily on on the field spell. Now, in the anime, Leo and Luna are regular duelists. For now. But in the manga, they are turbo duelists, and they're still kids. They actually have like a dual runner that is like one of those motor tricycles in the manga, whereas Leo and Luna don't really become turbo duelists in the anime until much later. I can't target both because they're both blocking each other. Again, in official tournaments, that's not really a thing. Can't declare an attack anyway without getting hurt. Jesus. That is until the end phase, right? Yes. Also in the anime, Leo and Luna are born into a rich family, but their parents are never really around because they're always away on business. In the manga, they are always out on the streets and orphans, only getting by via turbo dueling, and they always dueled as a team. So whenever they dueled, it was a mixture of Luna's forest or fairy tale themed monsters and cards mixed with Leo's morphtronics, and they were formidable. Personality wise, they were also very different. Standard Leo in the manga and in the anime is that he was always willing to do whatever it takes to keep his sister safe. He's outgoing, he's high-spirited, he's brave, etc. But in the manga, he's only like that and a bit of a bully towards a character we are going to be seeing later. But when he was corrupted by Power Tool Mecha Dragon, or not corrupted, whenever he's not corrupted by his Dual Dragon, and after Power Tool Mecha Dragon was purified by Stardust Spark Dragon, he was actually a bit of a crybaby. Just in case. Though I doubt he's gonna do anything. Oh, okay. So he can choose a monster. He's a bit of a crybaby, somewhat of a coward. He still wants to protect his sister, but he does end up crying a lot, etc., etc. Luna, on the other hand, whenever she is not corrupted, whenever she wasn't corrupted by Ancient Pixie Dragon, and again, after it was purified by Stardust Spark Dragon, she is actually not all that different from her anime counterpart. She does care about Leo. She loves him, of course. But she does kind of bully him a little bit to keep him humble. It's nothing like anything to, you know, like it's the kind of bullying that you would expect from siblings. You know, the kind that you could just sort of brush off and doesn't really mean any harm by it. You know, something to keep him humble, because especially in the anime version where Leo has a bit of a big head, has a bit of an ego. I can't believe I lost. Man, this stinks. Bravo, Mr. Greiger. That was quite an explosive duel. Your intel's wrong. You said you were looking for a girl. That kid was obviously a boy. It seems we were the victims of a little identity prank. Luna must have a twin. Later on in Rex Goodwin's office, the detector didn't pick up any energy readings from that kid that was dueling, but I did end up getting a signal from a girl in the stands. Keep an eye on her. But while Luna was corrupted by the Ancient Pixie Dragon, she was creepy. Like, she was cold. She gave you, you know, that really menacing blank look. You know, that creepy, menacing blank look that you can just sense by getting a chill down your spine. And as a result, she became even more of a bully to Leo. But of course, this does naturally change when Yusei and Stardust Spark Dragon manages to purify and defeat both Luna, or Ancient Pixie Dragon, and Power Tool Mecha Dragon. Surprise, surprise. Now we come to Yusei's first duel of the Fortune Cup. His first opponent was set to be a man named Shira. However, at the last minute, a different opponent entered the arena. Surprise, surprise! Didn't expect to see me out here, did ya? You game to duel Hunter Pace? Trust me, you didn't want to duel Shira. That guy's a real bore. Let's do this. Hunter Pace uses basically flaming skull cards. Whereas Greiger before uses like World War II era machine type monsters that generally cause chip damage every time your every time your opponent played a card. 5, 6, 7. What did I get rid of? Ghost Gardener. Also in the manga, there's this Turbo Duel tournament called the D1 Grand Prix, but I think I did mention this before. Instead of the Fortune Cup happening. Hold on. What level is Ghost Gardener? Level 4. But as we're talking about the manga, Yusei was also slightly different in the manga. As he is, as you know him in the manga, he basically damn committed. Yeah, I lost. He started off as, you know, not wanting friends. He started off as like only wanting to duel the strongest, but that he basically became so tough in the satellite sector as a result that no one wanted to duel him. Until he met a character named Set Ijuin, who was a bug duelist, which became his first ever friend. And then later on he becomes the Yusei that we know from the anime. This is going a little bit better, at least. I'm gonna take this hit because I can clear them out with my Dark Hole spell card. And I did not mean to activate Junk Synchron's ability because I button mashed. I have got to stop doing that. Because who I want to synchro summon is Stardust Dragon. Actually, you know what? Let's go as overboard as possible. Arrgh! That was a really great duel, Hunter. Don't think I'll take this loss sitting down, you say. The reason why Hunter slipped into the tournament was because, very much like Bolt, Hunter Pace was also a champion, but Jack knocked him off his throne. So he's been trying to get payback ever since. So in the next episode, we are going to do the second round showdown. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye.